for the first time in my life, I had prepared remarks. And then I found out earlier today that 9/11 was an inside job.
So true!
So then, that means that you must overthrow your government. Because those who were in control on September the 11th would have had to have near absolute power in order to execute this attack and keep it covered up for 10 years. So if that's the case, yeah, doesn't matter. If that's the case, then you have to do something, or tell me what you've done, to remove these men from power. Because if they were in power then they're in power now, and 10 years from now, we'll be making new videos about the latest terror attack and how it was an inside job. It's time for us as people in Canada and the United States to get off of our knees and rise up and get rid of these men. I do not care if I am popular or believed. If you ignore politics, you are guaranteeing more poverty and more war. My plan, which should be everyone's plan and should have nothing to do with me, is that we replace our governments peacefully by ballot in the next election everywhere. The same men have been in power for the past 350 years. The men who designed the fraudulent fractional reserve lending system. These Ponzi schemes were designed by them and designed to collapse by them. So waiting for them to collapse and assuming that once that happens, we're going to be able to shift into a resource-based economy without doing anything to address the men who hold the resources. We have crossed the threshold of global insanity if we think we're going to seize these resources by just saying that that's what we need to do. How are you going to get the resources from the oligarchs who have set up the same corrupt, debt-based monetary system worldwide?
Stop the stage!
Don't speak the truth at the zeitgeist.
What's the truth? It is true. You guys asked him to speak. That's fact. What are you going to do? How are you going to get the resources?
Listen to the answers. The resources won't be removed from people in the power when you leave.
There are veils that people in the 9/11 truth movement, the zeitgeist movement, cannot see past. And I'm told, well, don't bring up this because most people don't know or care that the president is Kenyan. And it's extremely unpopular to say so. But I deal in fact.
He's going to have it on.
President Obama is constitutionally ineligible to be the President of the United States.
Don't be such a racist!
That's enough.
Just kidding!
And since you don't care about that, then he will be in power on September 12th. Next year, the year after. For the people in the United States, it is decision time. You can keep your president, or you can keep your constitution, but you cannot have both. Not when the ruling document of the land makes it impossible, and not when the existence of one deletes the validity of the other, no matter which way you look at it. These men have to go. They gave me 8 minutes.
They're not
Well, it's time to, shit or get off the pot. We're ruled by thieves and killers, and we want to wait for them to do things differently. It's time for us as people in Canada and the United States to get off of our knees and rise up and get rid of these men. Well, let's take care of Canadian politics. I have a new way of living taped to a table over there. We need to start a truth party here in British Columbia and seize power in the next election from the Liberal NDP Conservative coalition that has ruled you for decades, that has lied to you and put you in a state of subservience that no matter what they do, you will not rise up and replace them. Why are they in charge of your life? It's time for us as people in Canada and the United States to get off of our knees and rise up and get rid of these men. We're waiting for it to collapse when we can move in, remove these men, remove the banking system.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no secret is revealed. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.